Welcome back, Devils fans. And the Devils went into Ottawa and barely escaped with the victory, winning by a score of 4-3. And before I get into all the things of tonight, I just was looking at the stats for some of the videos, and the majority of you that watch the videos are not subscribed. So please take 2 seconds and hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing. It takes 2 seconds. Thank you very much. And the same with the like. If you do like the videos, please just hit that like button. It doesn't take any time, doesn't take any effort, so please hit that. Thank you very much. Appreciate you all for watching. And now the Devils go into Ottawa on a 3-game losing skid. Of course, cheers. Cheers to all the Devils fans on this Saturday night. Tonight we're rocking the White Claw. Had a little bit of the Jack last night. And the Devils, with seemingly nothing to play for, go into Ottawa on a 3-game losing skid, blowing a 2-goal lead in Buffalo, blowing a 2-goal lead at home against the Pens, and then blowing a 1-goal lead against the Rangers the other night after the melee. And what an interesting game tonight was. A lot of physicality, a lot of chippiness. Jake Allen back in net for the New Jersey Devils. And we'll just get into the game here. Haula gets on the board at 3:50. A beautiful pass from Jackhughes motoring into the zone. Haula finishes it for his 15th of the year, giving the Devils the 1-0 lead at 3:50. Great play by Jack. Good to see some of his elite playmaking skills on display down the stretch of the season. And shortly after that, one of my new favorite players, Curtis McDermott, Mr. I don't know how to pronounce this, Amama. Mr. Amama on the Senators was feeling a little froggy, and he wanted to test the champ, and Curtis dispatched him pretty well. I mean, I wish he didn't lose his balance and fall down, but Curtis thumped him with some big shots there, and I'm sure he wasn't trying to do that dance again later in the game, although he had a couple other plays where looked like he might be wanting to get his face beaten again. But love to see Curtis McDermott doing what he does when the time is necessary, and Tom Fitzgerald should 1,000% sign this man, bring him back next year. We have nobody like him. If we've learned nothing in the past couple weeks other than that this is still hockey, this is still a physical game. From time to time, we're going to need fisticuffs. We're going to need the toughness. And Matt Rempe isn't going anywhere, I don't think, for the New York Rangers. So he's going to be around for quite a while. And Curtis McDermott might have to be, the sheriff for this New Jersey Devils club. Devils up 1-0. And at 12:36, Palat gets his 11th. Palat's hustling through the neutral zone, dumps it in. Holtz is in hot pursuit of the defender, kind of leans on him a little bit. The D-man wipes out. Holtz picks up the puck, gets it to the point. Luke rips it on net. Palat with the tip, giving the Devils the 2-0 lead. And at this point, I thought, okay, maybe they're pissed off because of how Ottawa embarrassed us. The last game in New Jersey, Ottawa just abused us, and maybe this was some payback for the boys. Devils up 2-0, and then at 16:34, Jack and Nico both battling hard behind the net for a loose puck. It gets jostled loose after this little scrum behind the net. They get the puck to Jesper on the wing, and he gets it to the point, and Smith has all the time and space and just uncorks an absolute cannon blast into the top corner net. Beautiful shot by Brendan Smith, giving the Devils the 3-0 lead at 16:34. And I thought, okay, we might end up pounding this team. But in true New Jersey Devils fashion, we couldn't just run away with it. We had to make it interesting. Some other interesting notes from the first period. Early shift in the game. Bradytkachuk buried Luke Hughes on a forecheck, and then on his way to the bench, he just decked somebody else. Was actually, I love Bradytkachuk. He's a throwback player. Would love to see the Devils make a play for him if he is truly available. And then at the end of the first period, Brady absolutely crushes Nico, and another melee ensues. I thought we were actually going to see some gloves dropped in an actual bout or two as a result of that. I wish someone did just drop the gloves and go after him right away, but one of those little skirmishes with nothing really substantial. But somehow in that exchange, the Devils end up shorthanded. Another bullshit thing. I don't even know what exactly happened there, but somehow we end up shorthanded because of it. So we head into the second period up 3-0, shorthanded. And at 33 seconds, Jake Sanderson on the power play that they should have never had. Nice wrist shot. beats Jake Allen clean, cutting the Devils' lead to 3-1. And in this second period, the Senators came out flying. They were hitting everybody. Just big checks, finishing checks all over the place. There was a lot of loose sticks on the ice, just guys getting hit, and it was it was one of those times where it was just another reminder of when teams do turn up the physical volume, if you will. The Devils can't always respond, and most of the time we can't. And they were just throwing the body around a lot in that second period. So Sanderson cuts it to 3-1 at 33 seconds, and then at 11:04, Nico gets his 26th on a absolutely beautiful assist from Jesperbratt with another insane backhanded pass to Nico right in the crease for an easy tap in. And I think the captain owes Jesperbratt a dinner or two for that beautiful assist tonight, as well as the one in the Garden where he completely shook Fox and threw it into the crease for another easy tap in. And Nico must love playing with Jesperbratt because that guy could get the puck in tight spots and in a hurry. Great playmaking ability by Jesperbratt there. Devils taking the 4-1 lead at 11:04 in the second. Other notes in the second, Bradytkachuk, again, a couple big hits, a very big one on Smith. And they almost fought at some point later in the game. But Bradytkachuk was a constant menace tonight, crushing the Devils everywhere. We head to the third period with the Devils up 4-1. And on the power play again at 3:37, Claude Giroux, a little bit of a screen in front. Giroux just rips it past Allen, cuts the lead to 4-2. And at this point, I'm like, it's the third period. Like, it's not gonna get that interesting. Like, all right, there was their pushback. Like, it's Ottawa, 4-2, 4-2. Period goes on a little bit. Jackhughes is a little slash tug situation on a breakaway, and Jack is awarded a penalty shot. I was actually a bit surprised that we didn't just get a penalty, power play, and that they actually awarded the penalty shot, because I've seen some plays where I thought it was more egregious than what happened tonight, and we did not get the penalty shot and just got the power play. A little bit surprising to see the penalty shot called there, and I was like, all right, Jack, we all remember what happened in Anaheim on his last penalty shot attempt, which was an absolutely massive point of the season. And unfortunately, Jack comes in, is not as busy. A couple dekes back and forth, and he just completely whiffs on the shot. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, how do you not even get the shot off? You're Jackhughes. I mean, I might expect that from some lesser players, but for Jackhughes to come in and just whiff on a penalty shot attempt, painful. Absolutely painful. Game remains 4-2. And then now we're getting later in the third period. Bradytkachuk, again, another monstrous hit, crushes Mercer into the Devils bench. And this guy was just everywhere. This is the type of guy, I've been saying it, as far as somewhat realistic. I mean, and it's not that realistic, but it's way more realistic than me saying I want McDavid or something. Bradytkachuk is the type of player that I think would be perfect for this Devils club. It's exactly what we need. He brings everything that we do not have. And he just has a winner's dog mentality. Like, you just see him out there, and he doesn't give a fuck. He's hitting people. He's ready to fight. And, he scores a goal. We'll get to that in a second. He just does everything. He does it well. He just has a winner's mentality, and I think that could be infectious into the young group of kids and force guys to raise their level of play, raise their level of nastiness and snarl. When shit goes down, you want a guy like Bradytkachuk there because he's just a nasty, nasty dog. And I would love to see the Devils try to get him. I really would. But he crushes Mercer. And then his next shift, he's on the bench for it. But Nico misses on a slap shot. The puck fires around the wall hard. Brady jumps off the bench, picks it up on the wing, comes on in, scores at 14-17. His 34th of the season, wow. At 14-17, cutting the Devils' lead to 4-3. And at that point, I'm like, okay, now I'm scared. Now I'm not sure what's happening. I wouldn't have been surprised by anything that happened at that point. But Devils still hold the lead 4-3 with a little under 6 minutes left. And we had to survive a late period all-out assault. Complete assault. Quality chances all over the place. They hit the post. Eventually we clear it. Devils hang on by the skin of their teeth, win the game 4-3. And what a, close one. They almost blew it. And again, it means nothing. Guys are just kind of playing for pride, and some guys may be playing for contract situations or things of that nature, but love to see the win. Devils hang on, barely escape Ottawa, win by a score to 4-3. And at the buzzer, we saw some rough stuff as well, and I thought that's where we were going to see the Brendan Smith-Kachuk fight. It was pretty close. I think Smith even had his gloves off at one point. I was curious to see how that was all going to unfold, but the fight never happened. I would have loved to see it. But Brady-Kachuk is an absolute dog, and I think Fitzgerald should be calling Ottawa up just to kind of kick the tires and see what it would really take to get him, because he would certainly be high on my list of guys that might be attainable. Again, I'm not talking about, pipe dreams that are complete pipe dreams like McKinnon and McDavid, like Bedard. Those things aren't going to happen. But I do think with those rumors we heard earlier this season that Brady-Kachuk might be available for the right price. And if I'm Tom Fitzgerald, I would love to pay that price to send Brady-Kachuk to New Jersey. Let's get to the game stats. Shots on goal, even 28 apiece for the Devils and Senators. Devils with the face-off advantage, 56.7% to 43.3%. Devils 0 for 2 on the power play. The Sens 2 for 3 on the power play. Yeah, the Devils' penalty kill wasn't getting it done tonight. 19 hits for the Devils and 36 hits for the Senators. There you have it. I mean, a third of those were probably Brady-Kachuk alone, but got out-hit almost 2-1, 19 to 36. Devils with 21 block shots. The Senators with 21 block shots. Devils with 12 giveaways. Senators with 14 giveaways. The Devils with 9 takeaways. And the Sens with 9 takeaways as well. We go to the 3 stars of the game. The third star from the Devils, number 63, Jesperbratt with 2 assists. The second star from Ottawa, Jake Sanderson with a goal and assist for 2 points. And the first star of the game, this is for you, SST, number 2, Brendan Smith. Brendan Smith with a goal and 2 helpers for his first career 3-point night in the National Hockey League. And Brendan Smith, he was that fight away from the Gordie Howe hat trick. I thought we may have gotten it at the buzzer. That would have been absolutely beautiful. Brendan Smith is another interesting guy to see kind of what his future will hold, if he will be a part of this team moving forward or not. I've liked Brendan Smith all year. I really have. I mean, just because he was fighting and showing signs of balls when there was literally none whatsoever earlier on in the season. I'm very curious to see how the blue line shapes up over the summer heading into next year. A lot of question marks there, as well as some other places on this New Jersey Devils club for the 24-25 season. But I wouldn't be disappointed if somehow Brendan Smith came back. I just don't know that we're going to have the space for a guy like him. But that is an interesting kind of plot line to see how that plays out. And then other things of note from tonight's game, Luke Hughes registered his 44th point, which puts him second in the scoring race, only to Connor Bedard. At this point, the Calder Trophy for NHL Rookie of the Year is 1,000% Connor Bedard's no matter what. He will win that trophy. But I would like to see Luke at least get the nomination and head out to Vegas for the award show. It'd be nice for him just to get the nomination. And I think there's a good chance that happens. There's no chance of him winning, but I think, getting a nomination is a nice little something to cap off, which was otherwise, honestly, a horrific season for this New Jersey Devils club. Completely horrific. And, let me know what you guys thought in the comments about the game. What do you guys think about Brady-Kachuk? Do you think that Mr. Luke Hughes will get the Calder nom? Anything else about the game, throw it out in the comments. We look to the schedule ahead. And we're down the real home stretch here, guys. I'm gonna miss you. It's our time here is almost up on the season. I'll be trying to do some other types of videos and things over the summer. They're obviously not going to be as plentiful as the game recaps and these things. But we look to the schedule. We are home tomorrow against Nashville. Home on Tuesday against the Leafs. Then we are away next Thursday, the 11th, at the Leafs. Next Saturday, the 13th, at the Flyers. And then finally wrapping up at home Monday, the 15th, against the Islanders. 5 games left on this 23-24 New Jersey Devils season. It's sad to see it come to an end so fast. It seems like just yesterday the season was starting. It seemed like just yesterday I was on the red carpet before the home opener watching the arrival of all the guys in their fancy suits. But, you know, it's been an interesting season, a roller coaster of emotions, and we are ready to put this thing to bed in 9 days. The season will conclude. Let me know what you guys would be interested in as far as summer content goes. I had very interested to know what types of stuff in the off season you guys would like to see. So let me know in the comments about that as well. I've toyed with the idea of maybe doing some sort of playoff videos. I don't know. I'll definitely do at least one heading into the playoffs. I don't know how frequently I would do it. I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts about all of that. But Devils do it big tonight in Ottawa, securing 2 points. That would have been oh so nice if we had not blown the last 3 games. And it's just so sad when that's the thing that's really going to piss me off, guys, is that, you know, we were right. These teams are so bad. All these teams in front of us are just trying to give the spot away. And now Crosby and the fucking Penguins are going to take it. And if nothing else, I'm rooting for the Oilers, primarily for Adam Henrique to finally get a cup ring. But if the Oilers get knocked out, I'm rooting for the Penguins for nothing more than it'll show you could be a team that struggles all year, and if you just get into the playoffs, anything could happen. And that's why I'd root for the Penguins, because they were dead in the water at the deadline. They sold off Gensel, and now they've been on a tear to claw into the playoffs on the back of Sidney Crosby, the ageless wonder, playing out of his mind in his 19th or 20th season in the league. And if the Oilers get bounced, I'm rooting for the Penguins, because that should just further pound the point home more that Fitzgerald's an idiot. And all we had to do is just try to get into the playoffs, and anything could happen. But will be interesting to see how that all plays out. It's going to be a super tight race, probably come down to the last day of the season for the other teams. And I think that's all I got for you guys. Throw out anything about the game in the comments, what type of off-season videos or things like of that nature you would be interested in. All of that and more. Let's re-sign Curtis McDermott. He is an absolute gem. Anything else, I will talk to you all soon. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, friends, let's go.